Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the last of 2022, Life's Milkshake Moment. I'm Dr. Jody Bear, America's top foundational health coach, bringing you foundations of living, foundations of health. But tonight, it's going to be foundations of hope. And we do this for all 6 pillars of human existence: spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, social, and financial. Tonight is what a way to tap off 2022 with Traverse TV. You see, the context of Life's Milkshake Moments started 14 months ago with this lovely lady, my guest, Lady JB Owen, when I said, I want to create a movement. I want to be with my own podcast, with my own TV show. And I said, I believe it's going to be the quote. From then, it was to be my first book with Ignite Publishing, Ignite the Hunger in You. And I said, life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. And when you do, life will be oh so sweet. Oh, so sweet. Take the sweetness out of things because it's mindset. Take the sweetness out of this because it's your spirituality. And take the sweetness out of your life because it's emotional. Take the sweetness out of your life with financial and social because we need each other. We've proven this way on along this last 2.5 years. And now we're well on our way to making our lives so sweet. I was looking at my feed, ladies and gentlemen. Little did I know that last year at this time, we would be debuting my first anthology with Ignite Publishing, Ignite the Hunger in You. And then there would be another with being project leader of Ignite Wisdom. And that's when Lady JB graced us with coming in and launching this book. And now we have more and more and more. And you're going to hear about this tonight as we launch something new with Ignite Publishing. Little did I know, this brown-eyed, brown-haired girl from Montana, little Jody, she knew that she wanted to do something big. I was just found this gift. I was the girl at 5 years old that could bring my mother hope because I found out I could sing, I could sing, I could sing. And sing I did. It brought hope to my mother, who was then 2 years of being a widow, just 38 years old. My soulful singing gave her hope. It gave her hope so that she poured into me like you're going to be poured in tonight. Let people pour into you, then you pour into others. You see, I poured into my mother at age 5, and then she gave me music lessons that she could ill afford, being this widow, just working part-time, but she knew I had a gift. When I hear Alicia Williamson singing in my intro, there is hope. There is hope. Know that you have hope. Little Jody, one of many times that I used my professional singing voice. I sang the vocals and the background vocals for this Grammy Award-winning artist, Alicia Williamson, on that CD. So when I hear that, just remember, I had hope. I had the hope of doing something big. My mother had the hope of pouring into me. And then, as you know, I found hope when I became a health coach. I found hope when I got that call from my mother that said, at that point, ladies and gentlemen, I was a young woman, had 2 babies, both in diapers. I got that call. Ever get that call and you need someone to lift you out? I didn't know who it was going to be when she said to me, Jody, I have bad news. They've given me 6 weeks to live. 6 weeks to live, way beyond her 6 weeks to live diagnosis. That's what I got? And I guess as the alarm clock went off, that was her alarm telling me, Jody, I have 6 weeks to live. We all have that alarm clock. We all have that life that we lived between the dashes, but I was determined to give my mother more. And that's what I did. I flew back to that little town of Laurel, Montana. I found protocols that gave my mother length of life well beyond her 6 weeks to live diagnosis. We celebrated when it was week 7. We celebrated when it was year 2. But as she was transitioning from this world into the next, about this time, it was 35 years ago. But she said something to me. Ever have those times when people give you hope and they ignite something in you? That's what she did. She said, Jody, give others hope the way they've given it, and you've given it to me. Others gave her hope, but it was especially that calling that I had to become a health coach. And here we are, 35 plus years later, as I'm telling you that we look at hope and what does it mean? Hope means to listen to your emotions, as Helen Keller says, but don't be governed by them. 100% passion, but no emotion. That's the way my mother lived. And my guest here tonight lived the same way. My mother gave me hope, but I'm telling you, most recently, when I was studying and coaching with Les Brown in his inner circle, and I raised my hand and said, yes, you will hear things tonight that you say, I've gotten hope from this broadcast. I am saying yes. I am saying yes. And I saw this electric woman on a Zoom, how they were, that's the only thing we were doing. Electric. She had pink hair. I didn't say, I think I need to meet you. I said, I must meet you. See, that hope that she gave into me at that point, and we've been getting this journey now almost 2 years later. And frankly, she's showed me how igniting the world begins with you. No emotion, 100% passion. And as my quote says, my personal quote in my second book, Ignite Your Wisdom. When you take care of you and your world first, the world around you is empowered forever. So we're going to learn tonight from the incomparable JB Owen how to take care of you and your world first, because she just ignites people. That is her company, Ignite. They are a proud sponsor of us here at Traverse TV and Life's Milkshake Moments. And of course, my Monday show, Mindset Monday. But are you ready to go with me? Because health, as I said, having health gives you hope. Giving your absolute best to things when you have optimal health, when you are your best spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and financially. You can give others hope the way it's been given to you. And that is what tonight's message is all about. I told you I had a surprise for you, and this is the surprise. My surprise is my book, The 21 Days to Your Best You. Thanks also to Ignite Publishing is ready for pre-orders. Yes, you can go to drjody.com. You can go there and see right on the front page. You can be the first to know and get a discounted version of Giving the Book Now. So I want you to listen. And Traverse TV, Facebook Live, Ignite TV, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever we are, you're going to hear it first. This is the commercial. Now, I've got to tell you, this became my dissertation, and I defended my dissertation. Once again, Lady J.B. Owen, when I decided I'm going to say yes to writing my solo book. She said, what is that book? I said, I want to take my dissertation. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, it was just, my viewers, it was just like a very pretty, very thick placemat on my dining room table. And she's been able to breathe life into that 21 days to your best you, the outgrowth of my work as a health coach, giving others foundations of health, living, and hope. Now it's coming to you in the first quarter, February 25th. It will be launched thanks to Ignite Publications. So I'm just going to say, just take a look, take a listen as we go ahead and debut the 21 days to your best you, keys to a life of excellence. Well, I don't know what this is about. Well, we're going to do it again now, aren't we? We're going to do it again. We are going to remove that from the studio. I think I know what the deal is. So we're just going to put it up there again. So just know what the book is called. And guess what? We're going to, as Alvin and the Chipmunks,
To build a
there we
lifelong
go. We're going
foundation
to
of
do it
health
again.
and wealth in 21 days. This life manual for the next 21 days will inspire you to be the best you can be. Your life should be filled with layers of foundational life lessons. The 21-day approach to life and health include: listen to your inner voice, believe it's real. Self-esteem, how do I feel about myself? The foundations of imagination. Imagination is all about images, relationships, and everyday life. Mutual respect. Excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. Get rid of that tension in you. Leadership starts with a person of influence. A P&L statement that shows the true importance of people in this world. Let's put the situation behind us and say, I can excel and design my best empowered life and thrive. So what are you waiting for? Get your autographed copy now at drjudy.com for a special early bird price. Order now.
So there you go. There you go. There you go. This is what we're doing with Lady JB Owen and Ignite Publishing, our next project. And as you see it down below, I want to thank you for all being a part. Those of you that are patrons of the Healthopedia Network, those of you that have given and donated, because the majority of this money goes to our charities, not only the Casa Roba de Sobre, but also our back-to-back kids in Kenya. So you can go to paypal.me/health coach Jody. You can go to my Cash App, $bear money. You can also go to Jody Bear with the @ on Venmo. Thank you for participating, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to say my favorite quote of Lady JB Owen: the incredible is waiting for you. That's what she is, an incredible woman. And frankly, you're going to hear so much about this incredible woman right here, right now. And as I have the pleasure and the honor of introducing to you, Lady JB Owen. See, my book, and I've broken it up into 3 keys. In days 8 through 14, this is the quote that I have: love is the foundation of real relationships. Feel the real first, build love thereafter. You can feel her real as a business visionary, as someone who is a female leader, world-class speaker, international best-selling author, publisher, philanthropist, megapreneur, global publisher, award-winning producer, developer, and a heart-centered business owner. She's been recently knighted as Lady JB Owen. I put in there world traveler for sure. And now is a friend of the Dalai Lama. Now, how is that for a resume? But she's a fearless leader, a believer in the empowerment and the power of empowerment. I know that you can hear it in my voice, what we've been able to create this last year and a half. JB's total focus in her 100% passion is helping others. And that's why she started Ignite Publishing. She's the leader of this empowered publishing along with her husband, Peter. In 2018, she began this. She is now a 22-time best-selling author. I actually had to go ahead and update this because she has a resume that just keeps going and going. She is a powerful business owner. She has the vibration all over the planet, all the way to India. And truly, truly, she's now known as she received the humanitarian award along with many, many dignitaries out in California in October. She's known for her humanitarian work. She's now published over 730 authors. She's turned us all into international best-selling authors in over 13 countries, I should say, and in 200 categories. You see, what she does, it's Ignite Media, it's JBO Global, it's Lotus Liners. Everything she touches turns into something for humanity. She combines purpose, passion, and possibilities in everything she does. Truly, truly, JB exemplifies the paradigm of what's possible. As I say, Les Brown said, I'm possible, you're possible, but it's possible too. She motivates and inspires all of us and impacts others. Remember, anything and everything is possible. So it is absolutely my delight and pleasure to welcome back to Life's Milkshake Moments, Lady JB Owen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think you are muted, dear. Unmute your mic, dear. Unmute, unmute, unmute.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your hands told it all. So rewind. What were you saying? I said, welcome to Traverse TV and Life's Milkshake Moments again.
And thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here walking down memory lane with you. It's beautiful to just hear all of our journey and everything we were doing. And I just bumped over to the jodybear.com, drjody.com website, and it's beautiful and amazing. And I'm so proud of you. And your book looks phenomenal.
Thank you. And it was your graphics designers for sure, for sure. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, we could just go and do this Jody and JB Love Fest and kind of leave you out, but we want to engage in you this hope that we have felt. And I pulled up, JB, some of your the favorite quotes that I have from your bio. I mean, the beginnings of JB, when you say this quote, the start is the hardest part. After that, it's all heart. At the beginning of our show in, I believe in October, we've chronologized these previous TV shows. We did it in June. So just go back to Traverse TV, just type in JB, it will come up. But really give us about the start is the hardest part. I would love our viewership to hear a little bit about that.
Oh, well, thank you. It is one of my favorite quotes. I really enjoy it, but it's true. Getting started on a project is always the hardest part for most people. And I call it the resistance barrier. People hit up against a resistance barrier and they have trouble getting started. And so once you get started, which is the hardest part, then it's all heart. Like you are in, you're committed, you've got passion, you've got enthusiasm, and it's heart that pulls you forward. It's heart that gets you through the ups and downs of all of the processes that we go through. And for most people, once they get started, they're committed, they're interested, they've broken through that resistance barrier, and off they go into success.
And off you went, whether it's Lotus Liners, which you created with Ignite. And I remember you saying, I really want to come back to this. It was so impactful for me being coached by you and working so closely when you said, you just called it into existence. Many things we're going to talk about, John. You called it into existence and said, I am going to be the face of this humanitarian movement. And you've done it. See, because it's your heart. My second quote that I have for you is, anything is worth working for. Oh my goodness, you have worked for it. And frankly, you took this across Canada. I mean, y'all, this was the whole country. I'm sure you wouldn't be doing it now with the snow, the whole country. And we followed those adventures. I know that the wisdom from the back of the bike, your adventures that you and Peter have there, is coming out very, very soon. Share it with us about your upcoming book, please.
Yeah, well, anything worth anything is worth working for. And so a lot of people, they want stuff to just be given to them. They want to be handed the silver platter. They want the keys to the kingdom and they don't want to work for it. And what I really, truly believe is success comes from work. And I don't mean WORK, like work hard and slave. I mean, really enjoying what you do, because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like your passion, but you've got to put in the effort to get the gain and to get the goal. And Jody's referring to this summer, my husband and I cycled 10,000 kilometers across Canada on our tandem bike, and putting in the work felt like so rewarding, because yes, we had to pedal every day and go up those hills and do all the effort, but the joy and the reward and the coasting and the appreciating and the seeing everything around us was absolutely beautiful. So thank you for that. And thanks for supporting us while we did that. We did it to raise money for charity. We're building schools in Indonesia. And really, like, work becomes fun. Work becomes part of what you do. I remember leaving Disneyland with my kids one time. We were driving back from LA to Canada. And I said, I can't wait to get back to work. And my kids said, like, Mom, you're the weirdest person in the world that you want to leave Disneyland and go back to work.
Well, maybe, JB, if I may just interject, because your work is like Disneyland.
Yeah. It is. And my clients are like the most amazing people on the planet. And my team is like astronomical. And so it doesn't really feel like the old paradigm of work. People felt like you have to grind and you have to work hard. And interestingly enough, there was a time in my life where I felt like I was the billy goat on the side of the mountain trying to get it to the top, just clinging to those tiny little edges on the ledge until I realized that only I believe that work has to be hard. And only I believe that work has to be arduous. In fact, I now believe that work is doing what makes you happy. I mean, if you every day get up and go to work and you do what makes you happy, then that's your new paradigm of work.
And truly seeing the way you and Peter have interfaced with Ignite Publishing, and you are just like I think I made a comment. I just before we leave the bike, I said they've got to be a truly in love pair. I mean, I love my husband, but I'm not sure that I would be 3 feet behind him on a tandem bike and looking at his cute batakas for 60 days. That is truly Disneyland and making a commitment now, isn't it, JB?
Well, 79 days on the bike we spent this last summer. The year before, we cycled to the top of the world. It was 67 days. And the year before that, we cycled to the Parliament buildings in Ottawa, which is 56 days. And I got to tell you, I absolutely love being on the bike with my husband. It is one of the most intimate and personal and special things that a couple gets to experience. And at the same time, it's a reflection of all kinds of relationships, like who's going to lead and who's going to follow, and let your hands off the handlebars sometime and trust the person in front. And, it's just as fun to go down the hills as it is to go up the hills. And there's all kinds of analogies, but I really want to share that I have to give Peter so much credit because it was my crazy idea to keep cycling. And he's the one who keeps saying yes. And then he's the captain and steers. And so that's another great analogy for life. Team up with great people. Have great people in your life who support you, and surround yourself with people who support you in your dream.
So no longer the billy goat, teamwork, even 3 feet behind your husband on 79 days. I can only imagine it's got 50 some, 60 some, 70. I know it's going to be more. You're just going to come on and bike down to New York once you get to Ottawa or something this year. Who knows? Recently, who thought that a little girl from Red Deer, Alberta, in that area, and said, that said, if you look in, you've got to listen to the first podcast that JB and I did. It said, "Give your head a shake," and she learned how to sell from the back of her wagon. Would end up in India. I mean. Yeah. As they say, come on. I mean, JB, we could spend a week on this topic. They say, oh, well, let's just go ahead and have our little home movie. But you're going to see it, ladies and gentlemen, in a documentary. That's part of that JB filming, just absolute amazingness that she's doing. Not only book, a documentary, going back and having a replay with the Dalai Lama. But I love this quote. That you said, to see yourself already completing the goal and visualize who you need to be to get there. I remember that first mastermind. You said, I'm just going to call into the existence the Dalai Lama in my life. And we all just went, we had that look at it like, oh, okay. So how was this Ignite Humanity project birthed, JB?
Well, it's great. And you've shared and talked about so many points. And I am very blessed. I just returned from India about 4 days ago, and I did have the honor of spending time with His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. And Jody's correct. I mean, 7 months ago, I just decided in a moment of intuition and epiphany, like, if I was going to ignite humanity, who was I going to align myself with? Well, who else is doing that but the Dalai Lama? And so I did spend the last 7 months working towards uncovering every stone and doing what it takes to make that happen. And the lesson in it is, it's always incredible to have a big dream. When you decide you want to do something, reach for the stars, go as high as you can, like set that bar really high, because if you come up short, that short is still pretty spectacular. And so I knew the Dalai Lama was going to be a magnet to pull me forward. And I will share with you, when I was sitting there in India, in Dharamshala at his temple, and waiting to meet with him, I kept thinking about, like, what do I want this moment to be? What do I want this experience to be? And someone said it to me yesterday. They're like, you and the Dalai Lama were like Bluetoothing. Like, you guys didn't even need to connect or talk because you were like, your frequencies were speaking. But I remember feeling this sense of like, he was the magnet that pulled me to India because I had so many incredible experiences while I was also in India. But he was the one, and his mission and the work that he does was really there to help me elevate and evolve and move forward in my life and my mission. And that's for each and every one of us. That's for all of us to go through. And you talked about it at the very beginning of the intro, what you've been through, and with your mom and your singing and all of that. Really, we are here to evolve. We are here to ascend. We are here to learn about ourselves, and all the experiences that we go through, they just get added to this beautiful cornucopia of who we are.
And evolving. I mean, so let's just take a moment, ladies and gentlemen, to put this all into the package, which is JB, from being by yourself and work, from the Billy Goat to making her work, like, and making that shift to Disneyland, and knowing that it's teamwork. Teamwork does make the dream work, and aligning yourself with heart-centered leaders, and as you've done, because you said that the work is the hardest at the beginning, and all it is heart. And your dreams are big, and ladies and gentlemen, who cares if people last? What do they know? They don't know you. If we could have played that video from Ignite, know you. Who says no to you? Well,
Right.
it happened, and then here we are with the magnet of the Dalai Lama. So we have time. I would love for you to share the top 3 experiences that you had in India. I know that's tough.
Yeah,
But
no, well, I wanted to share with you, going off on the Billy Goat thing, because I actually used to always say, like, why am I taking the Billy Goat path up the mountain when I could take the path that the Maharaja takes? Now, I don't know, I've been saying that for like 10 years. I wanted to take the path that the Maharaja takes, where it's a big parade and there's elephants and there's, like flat feathers, and everyone is like partying and dancing all their way to the top of the mountain. Well, beautifully enough, I met the Maharani when I was in India and part of the royal family. And it just kept coming to me constantly. In my hotel, there was this beautiful giant painting of the Maharaja going up the path to the top of the mountain. And so this statement that I've been saying for years, why take the Billy Goat path when you could take the road that the Maharani takes? I got to have that experience, and it was absolutely beautiful. So that's one of my top experiences, India. I was so blessed to meet the royal family and spend time with the Maharani and the Queen Mother. That was life-changing, to be around 2 beautifully, powerful, elegantly, graceful, passionately for the people, individuals. And it just changed me on a really fundamental level as a woman to be around other women of that caliber. So that was really powerful. I did get to walk with the elephants and spend time with them out in nature. So that was really beautiful. Of course, my ultimate moment was meeting His Holiness and holding his hand. And then there was this moment where we leaned in and touched each other's foreheads. And we just paused for a moment. And I have to tell you that it was absolutely Bluetoothing, where we were just sharing this desire to ignite humanity and to uplift people. And I'm going to cry, because to heal the hurting hearts that are going on in humanity right now. And so that was really the most blessed moment of my life, to just be in his presence and to third eye with him together, and just really feel that transformation of intelligence and passion and commitment. And I felt him, Jody, give me a kick in the butt and say, get going. You don't need, you got this, go do this. Don't waste any time. You need to work hard to ignite humanity. There's that work hard again word, but not work hard, like do it from a place of passion and love and compassion.
Do Disneyland, but repeat those, because those are those ignite sparks of JB. That's go back. You said that he said to that you had to. It's time. You said that it's time for you to go do this, and you said it basically procrastinate. But what were the other 2 things that you said?
Well, it was so interesting because, the Dalai Lama is 87 years old, and I really was aware of the fact that nobody cheats longevity. Nobody cheats, the body aging. Nobody, even His Holiness, he's still brilliant and intelligent and beyond, and yet his body, his human existence, is showing signs of 87 years old. And it was such a awakening to me, like, don't waste time, take care of yourself, time is of the essence, and just really you know get going. Like, don't, and this is for everybody. If you have a dream, if you have a desire, if you have a passion, if you have a knowing, get doing it. Like, there's no time like the present, because humanity, your company, your kids, you yourself, you need to do this. And so I would say, like, that really was the message for him. He really encouraged me to not waste any time, and if I was going to ignite humanity, to get going, get doing it.
Well, and how you said, give your head a shake. Just go ahead and do it. Say yes. Say yes. You've heard me say that many, many times about now. The time is now, because now spelled backwards is one. We are
Mm,
not guaranteed. We are not guaranteed. When you do it now, you've already won. Do it
mm.
now, ladies and gentlemen. Do it now. You are on this. You're taking charge. You've got a path. You can feel it. You can feel it. And I just want to know one thing about the elephants. Did you feel really small?
Well, you know what was so incredible? So we went to a very private sanctuary where the elephants are all free and they don't do anything that's touristy. And I had to apply and be approved to come into the sanctuary. That is how selective the owner is. So we got there and we were so blessed to meet the elephant, Lakshmi, and we were feeding her bananas and cucumbers and just connecting and playing and talking, telepathically, and petting her trunk and everything. And in the distance came the other elephant, and she just decided, like, she didn't want anything to do with us. She went off and just decided to run and see the other elephant, and the other elephant started running towards her. And then they had like this reunion where they were like, I heard them say elephant noises I had never heard. They were like going in circles and touching each other with their trunks and rubbing against each other, and they were elated to see each other. And we witnessed the most beautiful exchange of these powerful animals. You could see they were excited to see each other. So I turned to the owner and I said, how long have they been apart? And he's like, only like 15 minutes. But it was something so rare that normal people don't get to see in these beautiful creatures, these intelligent creatures, elephants. But you could feel their energy, you could feel their companionship and their friendship and their closeness to each other. And it was so beautiful, because we as humans need that. We need more connection, we need more
Yes.
camaraderie, we need more excitement around each other, more feelings of like love and support for each other. And so seeing it in the animal kingdom and knowing that, of course, how do we ignite humanity? Well, we connect and we
Yes.
create closeness. It was a good reflection.
In that real relationships, as I said in my quote, that's in key number 3, that Lady JB, you didn't even know was in there, because I've added things since you've been in India. I've been writing, you've been traveling, and you talk about a world-class experience. When you promoted this and you said it was 5-star, obviously getting a clearance, meeting the Maharani and the Dalai Lama, I know that you're going to be talking about what the projects are going forward in 2023, what you've got up your sleeve. Before we go on with that, tell us about that beautiful turban. There's a story behind there. Yes.
Well, it's not really much of a story. When I was traveling to India, my sister had lived there for 9 months, and she had told me that, cover your blonde hair because it's not common there. And of course, women cover their heads and cover their hair. And you might, you're going to need a scarf and stuff like that. And so I, of course, in my crafty just way to make things, I just sat down and started to make these and put them together. And I wore them.
No, wait a minute. No, you did not make those.
Yes, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see like all 10 of them are different colors. I just started making them, and I loved wearing them because, well, I've been saying now, they make me feel smarter and more peaceful.
Well, and especially up in Canada,
But in
you
the
might
way
want to
they
stay warm.
do,
Yes.
because there's, yeah, they make me feel warmer. But I wore them in India out of respect, because what I realize is, like, I'm in their country and I'm immersed in their culture, and I want to be respectful of all the religions and all the cultures and all the traditions. And at the same time, I just really want to show my reverence for India and Mother India and all the beautiful things that India brings forth. I learned that India has 8 religions in it, and they all cohesively work together and live together and support one another. And we spent time in Hindu and in Sikhism and in Buddhism, and it was so profoundly inspiring to me. And so I've just felt this great peace and this great awakening to who I am. And that's what people say India does for you. And whenever you're on a journey, I mean, let's talk about ignite moments. We all have these powerful ignite moments that awaken us to who we are. And
Yes.
many other people have many other things. But the truth is, if we're really stepping into our existence here on the planet as human beings, why wouldn't we want to know as much about ourselves as possible? Why wouldn't we want to awaken to our potential and
Yes.
open up to what's possible, and then help others do the same? And so that's really, if I look back to this entire Ignite journey, helping people tell their stories, empowering people with Ignite moments, now taking Ignite moments into television, really showing people. And, I'm destined to speak at the UN and talk about how Ignite moments are going to help heal humanity. It really is just an example of one person can do one thing and create this ripple effect. I mean, you're doing it, Jody, your other guests are doing it, your listeners are doing it, we're all doing it. And if we're not, it's time that we do.
Think about 1 million pounds of toxic fat lost. That only happened because my mother said, Jody, give others hope. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, and like you've given it to me, and it just happened because you say yes. Ladies and gentlemen, do it now. Don't wait until the new year. Start today when you listen to this live broadcast. I mean, I know the app with Ignite is to follow. I know that there's an opportunity for those that want to. You can go, the ticker going around says igniteyou.life. They can go into several projects that you're going, but we're focusing on Ignite Humanity tonight. They can go, they can inquire, they can set up a time. I know you're taking some time off to do some just time between the
Write my
years.
next book. I'm writing my next book.
There we go. So you're taking your time off that you belong to as well. But it's a start. But you can write your story in Ignite Humanity. JB has just a vision of hitting the Guinness Book of World Records with our Ignite moments. Who knows where that's going to go? This lady can call the Dalai Lama into existence in her life. The girl from Red Deer, Alberta, she's going to do the Guinness Book of World Records. But I know that, speaking of, you said you're going to write your book. Talk to us a little bit about how people can get involved if they would like to be a part of a compilation book, as I've done twice with Ignite Humanity.
Yeah. Well, writing a compilation book is such a powerful thing to do. I mean, Tony Robbins has you walk on fire, Outward Bound has you climb a mountain, Ignite has you write your story. And the truth be told, your story is powerful. And when you tell your story in a unique way that heals you and heals others, giving them advice, support, and wisdom, there's this incredible transformation that happens. And so we are so proud to put people through a 4-month process that allows them. We handhold you and walk you through the experience of writing your story. Now, each and every time we write an Ignite book, we center it around a theme. And so we've done parenting and adventure, we've done wisdom and possibilities, and now we're doing humanity, because what I feel like now more than ever, we need to be concentrating on supporting humanity, to be thinking in a way that is going to empower everyone. And so the Ignite Humanity book, as Jody said, we're going to try to break a Guinness Book of World Records and be the largest compilation book. And I am collecting the most powerful thought leaders, industry titans, those people who are really moving the needle on humanity into this book. And so you can tell your story, how an Ignite moment transformed you to do something that you know is helping humanity. Now, you could be helping your local baseball team. You could be helping your local Girl Scouts. You could be helping a nursing home. Helping humanity means helping another person. It doesn't necessarily need to be on a global scale, because when you help one person, that person helps somebody else, and that person helps somebody else. And so if you want to tell your story, we want to help you. And if you want to be in a book with other people that are from all over the world, and here's the cool thing about doing compilation books, is when that person's promoting it and that person's promoting it and that person's promoting it in India or in England or in New Zealand or in Canada, that one book is now making a massive impact, and your impact is being shared with people around the world that you may not have access to. And so I believe that if I can collect 280 of the top industry thought leaders on the planet, we can reach all corners of the planet. And so we are inviting a select number of people who would like to be in Ignite Humanity, who really believe in this mission to share their story. And you can go to ignitehumanity.life and find out more, or just reach out to me as Jody has on the screen. I'm always accessible. That's one thing that's really important to me, is to be accessible to anybody who has a desire. Jody, I had a lady reach out to me. She's 89 years old. She wants to write her story, and she wants to write a book. And, you know, she's on her old age pension. And she said, I don't have enough money to write my story. And you know what I said to her? Well, my mom is 76 and has never written her story. And I wish that I could publish my mom's story. But since I can't, I'm going to make you my surrogate mom, and I'm going to publish your story as a gift from me to you, because I believe if an 89-year-old woman who literally makes just, a few $100s a month from her or from her old age pension is willing to invest in herself this way, I'm going to do everything to help her. And so I just want to say, for anyone out there in any way, please reach out to me. I'm truly accessible, and money should never be an obstacle to fulfill your dreams.
Because what you say, that the story that you're sitting on, someone is waiting on. So I just decided to throw in this. Everybody's got to see this wonderful, wonderful. Before we go into the School of Hope, take a look, take a listen before we wrap this up with Ignite Humanity.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.
And there will be,
I love that video.
who has that voice behind there, because it is joining the movement. It's tell your story, the one that you're sitting on, people are waiting on. Tell your story. Those stories will have the same faces behind them. Just say yes. So we've gone from humanity to, now I want to spend the last few moments, JB, talk about the School of Hope in Cambodia. There's so much, and where the Ignite Prophets go. And I know that you've moved on. I believe you're now in Cambodia, true?
Indonesia.
Oh, wrong country. Can't keep up with her. The world traveler from India to Indonesia. So tell us a little bit about the School of Hope and how people can get involved with this amazing humanitarian effort.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, as a publisher, it's really important to me to have my focus on literacy and helping individuals grow their literacy. And of course, that starts with kids. And so I've committed to building schools in Indonesia and homes to help individuals grow, obviously, what's possible for them. And by building schools, we're going to be helping them with their literacy by doing something called the Legacy Library, putting books into libraries that are going to empower self-development books, financial literacy books, mindset books. And so this real dedication to building schools and helping people have the kind of books and tools that they need. And so all of the proceeds of our online sales of all of our books, so if you go to Amazon or to igniteyou.life and you purchase a book, all of that proceeds will go to building our schools. And we've committed to doing now, just after I spent time with the royal family, we're talking about doing a school in India. And so I'm really honored to get that ball rolling. And so you can definitely go to our website. You can at igniteyou.life, you'll see the Classroom of Hope, or you can go to classroomofhope.org/ignite moments, and you can give there. Every single dollar buys a brick, and so we call them bricks of hope. And so even $5, $10, $20 helps build bricks towards our school. We need 35,000 bricks per school, so we love any donation that we receive.
And I believe, speaking as we talk so much about going green, they're made out of recyclable materials, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. They partnered with a company in Finland who partnered with Lego and IKEA to build these 100% plastic bricks used from the plastic pulled out of the landfills in the countries where the schools are built. And so it's a real super win-win-win project, and I'm so happy to support them. Yeah, so you can go to classroomofhope.org and find out more.
I mean, so we've gone from movies to biking to empowering to igniting to the Dalai Lama to this. Yeah, I remember when you were getting ready to go down for your knighting ceremony in Las Vegas, and we left. I think we were doing our wisdom launch, and you said, "Oh, we already made it. Peter and I are taking off," and then we were going to see you like 4 hours later. Oh, I got my pink dress. I got this. I got this. Did you get a feeling that it's really important to be this kind of teamwork, to go with a visionary, to be empowered, to be a part of, to be, as Maya Angelou says, to be a part of the change that really ignites the world. I mean, JB, that's what you are. You are no longer that little JB Billy Goat, that's for sure. You've had big dreams. You've gone ahead and you've made it happen, even just playing with a banana with the elephant. And I know there's another trip in 2023 with this, but it's because you said yes to you. Yes. Give a head a shake. No, I said yes. Say yes, say yes. It is your middle name, because when you say, well, I'll try. No, I learned this weekend from my coach and mentor and master trainer. He said, turn your try into YRT. You results are tremendous. You and results are tenacious. You and results are tremendous. So it all begins with you. So let's just give that head a shake. Let's turn that around and make TRY YRT. Tenacious. That's who you are. Tremendous. Yeah, just and really a terrific woman, humanitarian friend and leader, author, publisher, JB Owen. My goodness gracious. I've said this before on the TV show, the word ignite. It is a transitive verb. I've learned a lot of things about this 262-page book, solo book that I've written. Oh, by the way, you can go get get a pre-order copy. Put your name on the thing. Absolutely, igniteyou.life. I'm just going to flash that up one more time, so you can go to drjody.com. You can get that for sure, and say it. And the Pink Billionaires. What is that? Well, the Pink Billionaire is where you can find JB Owen on Instagram. But drjody.com, that's where you can get on the mailing list. You will know what we're going to do. We're going to be doing a launch. We're going to be doing lots of things. JB, because I said yes, I've got to tell you a little story that I have 14 people that want me to be on their podcast in February.
Yeah, yes, and yes.
Just build it out. That's how we go. And see, because I just said yes to working with Les, I found you. And because I said yes on the thing with Clubhouse, because Jay Nolan said, my coach and trainer said, I've got to be there. I said yes, meet Les, met you. Who knows where this is going to go, but it's truly with this transitive verb, ignite. What does it mean? To cause, to burn, to set fire to arouse the passions. JB Owen, you are all three of those. So give people the last piece of wisdom from the back of the bike, from India, from Red Deer, from the scarf she made to herself. Just our last. And by the way, I love the little blanky looking thing that looks very Indian as well. But would love your last word of wisdom, because it's always so gooey.
Well, I want to say thank you for all of the accolades that you have shared. And I want to just rewind a little bit. You know, there was a time when I was just JB from Red Deer, Alberta. I was just a girl. I was just forging out on my own. And I've been through many trials and tribulations. I've been down on my knees. I have been without. I remember a time when I couldn't pay for groceries, and I was living on assistance from our school to help pay for my son's hockey equipment. I mean, there are times in my life where it hasn't been all rosy and perfect. And I even remember a time down on my own knees praying to his heavenly Father that he would help me rise up from my trials and tribulations. And I say this all because we always talk about where we are now, and people come on podcasts and share their accolades and their achievements, but there's been a journey in getting here. There's been a process, and I'm just like everyone else. I'm just like you. The only thing is I've learned to turn up the dial of what's possible and turn down the dial of all of the doubt and negativity and chatter that we say to ourselves. And what I want to share with you is that wherever you are in your story, in your journey, in your process, be it in difficult times or hard times, or you're just feeling like, please, Lord, lift me up, it is all possible for you. It is all out there for you. God wants you to have it. And so as much as we share about our successes, there has been a process that I just want you all to know that you can do it too. You can be exactly where I am, and even higher and better and more and fulfilled and filling your dream and your purpose. You just got to go after it. You just got to trust that it's meant for you. You just have to believe in yourself and start putting one foot in front of the other, and know that it's all meant to unfold perfectly, and it will unfold for you.
Absolutely. I've just got to read this comment. Anita, the comments are just blowing up here, but you know Nasruddin Olad Talib from our group Hungry to Speak, and Les Brown. He said, humanity is my project, and you both are my fellow soldiers of light and hope. I respect you highly and commend you for your efforts and sacrifices and just giving the world your blessing. That was worth reading. And JB, you have given us your light and your blessing. You have given us so much. And so thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for just going ahead and writing your India book. It'll be done in 3 weeks. Remember 21 days to your best you. You'll have a book done by then. But thank you for coming again, especially with jet lag. You would never know. Reach out to her at the Pink Billionaire if you want information on knowing anything more about Ignite. You just go to igniteyou.life. Here it is one more time. You can go and pre-order my book on drjodi.com. And so once again, actually you set a record, JB, because I've never had somebody a second time on my TV show, on my podcast. I'm so grateful that it was you. So let's just take a look and take a listen. As you said, everything is possible. Ignite possibilities before we wind this up.
Ignite possibilities. It's the idea that anything is possible. In fact, anything and everything is absolutely possible. We just need to start believing in that. There's a lot of conversations going on the planet, and one of them needs to be about possibilities. We need to inspire and ignite possibilities in all of our minds once again to believe that things are possible. We can change the planet when we step into the idea that what is possible is absolutely possible, and we can go after that. We can do that. We can dream more. We can aspire for more. We can have more. We can include more. We can create more. We just have to believe it. Start doing it. Working in that direction. Having that conversation. Understanding that what's possible is truly impossible in each of us. Igniting possibilities, that's the idea. That's what we need to start talking about. Ignite possibilities in me, in you, in everyone, in humanity. When we raise ourselves up, we raise each other up. And when we start going after what's possible in our own lives, We give permission for everyone, every single person on the planet, to go after what's possible for them. Ignite possibilities. Ignite a possibility in you, ignite possibilities in someone else, and we can change the world.
And you and me, we are igniting. Thank you, JB Owen, for all you've given to this broadcast. And I want to let you know next year, we will be back on the 12th of January with a very, very special lady, Luz Sanchez. Luz is a filmmaker and artist, lives in California, distinguished Toastmaster, and she was Miss Mexican American. She was a beauty queen as well. She has as beautiful an outward countenance as she is as a soul. And then we will be here on Life's Milkshake Moment that Monday. And we are debuting with none other than Ivan Kim Jacobs' son, Ivan Jacobs. Boy, that story about mindset, how he dropped 200 pounds and with cystic fibrosis got fit, got everything, and he got in shape because he believed that there was hope. And you'll be seeing everything on social media about give me five, give me five. What is the give me five about? Well, the give me five is actually this. I'm going to give me five goals, five intentions, five fitnesses, five energies, five habits. And those 5 days, we're all going through the master cleanse to start the best in 2023 with you and your health. Just go ahead and be with Dr. Jody. Take that link down, give-me-5.eventbrite.com. I made it affordable for everyone. It's $27. That's it. 27 for 5. We are going to come alive. But in the meantime, go to Traverse TV, watch the riveting stories. Our initiative for Hurricane Even continues. We've been picked up with a non-for-profit, the Graham Family Foundation. It will be broadcast not only on the OTT network with Traverse TV, but it will be broadcast on local Orlando 5511. I just talked to my friend the other day. She finally got something besides a used toothbrush. Now that puts things into perspective. Somebody was a businesswoman, a multiple homeowner. She said, I'm grateful for just the toothbrush. So when we're getting into the end of this year, into this season, decide, what are you grateful for? Be committed. Know that it is now. I give you this last quote from JB Owen, and it is, if you're not committed to your dreams, it's because you're not dreaming in a way that magnifies the dreams of others. Magnify another. It goes along with when you take care of you and your world first, the world around you is empowered forever. So we'll see you back here on Traverse TV, local Orlando 5511, on social media in 2023. And remember, as always, food, especially in this time of year, no food tastes as good as health feels. But until then, just remember, just have a great day, the Dr. J way, and make it the healthiest and the most humanitarian way for you and for me. This is Dr. Jody saying, ciao for now.